Welcome to Cody in the Cinema. Today I'm discussing the Bela Tarr Curzon set that you may have seen online on various physical media websites. This is a beautiful release that is worthy, I think, of the filmmaker just on initially opening it. If you aren't familiar with Bela Tarr, if you don't know this director that well, he's most famous probably for either Werckmeister Harmonies, which is in the Criterion Collection now, or Satantango. I made a video about that, but it's a longer, like over 7 hour movie. The movie is well known for slower moving art films that are among the best I think I've ever seen. I've seen Satantango and Werckmeister Harmonies, and I did give them both a 5-star on Letterboxd, and I just think he's a brilliant director. And so whenever I saw this, I knew I had to have it. I also own, for reference, I own the Universal Classics tall pack. I own the tall pack of Godzilla from Criterion, and the Fellini and the Bergman. And those are my big physical media sets, and I probably like this one as much as those other ones, okay? I don't have too many of these, so when I get one, I have to be fairly serious about it. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of it. If you haven't been able to see it, so you can kind of see the just that understated cover there. Curzon on the back. There's the spine here. Real pretty stuff. And when you first open it, you may have to kind of, nudge it out a little bit. So I think whenever people use these, they typically don't push all the way back in, but it has a really thematically appropriate structure and series of images that I think works so well here. When you open the thing up, so you have this pack of artwork and an essay booklet in here as well. And I was going to give you an example of the artwork, because I think there are 4 or 5 pieces. And I just got this in, so I haven't gone all the way into it, but I think, yeah, this was my favorite piece of artwork. This is just so good. If you've seen Werckmeister Harmonies, you'll know the significance of this. And every time I see this image and this part of the film, it always makes me think of Pinocchio, the Disney classic, because the well in there, right? One of the first movies I ever covered on this channel, one of my favorite movies. So I make some associations there, for better or worse, I do that. But I love the artwork package in here. There is a little series of essays, which I haven't looked all the way into yet, but if you are a fan of this director, I might accidentally call him Bergman. Sorry if I do that. It's just that, like, not the similar vibes in a way. Not, I don't know. Maybe if I call him Bergman, I'm sorry, but Bela Tarr's work here. Essays. It's a good little essay book. I'll read through that at some point, but that is part of what you get here. And I would have liked that to be just a shade thicker. As far as sealing it isn't the easiest, so be aware of that, but it's not a big deal. Good set. Small thing. When you open the actual disc up, which is probably what you'll be accessing the most, I would imagine, there's artwork all over it. Of course, you recognize that from Satantango. And some of these shots I recognize, some I don't. And then you just have, a number of discs in there. Damnation's probably the next one I'm going to watch. And it has others as well. And I think it has his whole filmography, if I'm not mistaken. There's Satantango. Looks like in multiple discs there. We've got Werckmeister Harmonies as well. The Man from London and the Turin Horse. Oh gosh, I'm kind of bending around here to show it to you, but I am in love with this packaging. I had no idea this existed, and I saw this from various people I trust on the internet, and I wanted to grab it and make a video on it. And if you haven't seen a Bela Tarr film, they are really worth the time and the effort that they take. When I watched Satantango, I wasn't able to watch it in one sitting because it is so long, but I was pretty much enthralled with the entire thing. I really didn't think it had any significant weak parts. Workmeister Harmonies was the same way, although I will say the first time I watched Workmeister Harmonies, it took me a minute to get used to him. And so I actually had to restart the movie a few times. And once I did, and once I got used to his style, I was hooked. So be aware of that if you haven't seen his pictures before. But this is a type of film that if you're into artistic kinds of films, you're eventually going to need to take the time to explore this director's work. And I think that this collection does him justice. So if some of you have already had some time to look through some of these, you should leave me a comment. Tell me like what you like about it, what you don't like about it. For those of you that maybe have Workmeister Harmonies from the Criterion Collection, maybe there's something you want to share there. I've seen that movie once all the way through, I think. If you do enjoy the content, if you want to do me a favor and click the like button. Like buttons do grow YouTube channels, always helpful. And subscribe if you haven't. Consider doing that. That really helps me out. I like seeing the community grow. And I will see you next time on Cody in the Cinema.